Hi, I'm Garrett Martin, Westminster's organist and director of music. This Sunday we will sing the hymn, When in Our Music God is Glorified. Author R.G. Huff pulls this line from the hymn. Adoration leaves no room for pride. This new hymn from 1972 is one that you may have not sung, although we do sing it at Westminster, especially if you are in a projector-driven service where, for the most part, only the hymns with familiar tunes are included. Even so, this one would be worth teaching to any congregation and making it as familiar as How Great Thou Art. Its common lack of use notwithstanding, Fred Pratt Green's hymn is filled with wonderful phrases about worship, especially the musical elements. And this hymn line drives home a very, very important truth about what happens when engaged with acts of adoration or worship, that there is no room for ego. Personal pride must be set aside in order that I can express how proud I am of God, how much God is revered, and what a high value we place on God. In order for God to be magnified, increase, I take the place of humility, decrease. You can also read John 3, verse 30. To put that into the language of music, I must decrescendo so he can crescendo. There is also no place for show business in the worship business. Entertainment is not commensurate with a spirit of sincere worship. I am startled by it every time I sing this hymn. Fortunately, the congregations I have led most recently have known and appreciated it. I catch myself singing this one a lot on my own, a lot actually, because I need to be reminded of this truth as much as anyone, that hubris and holiness are not compatible. To me, this says when we approach the throne together, we all have to check our pride at the door. The narthex of every church in the world should be stacked to the ceiling with pride backpacks left there by those who have entered the sanctuary. Perhaps we all need to install a pride check closet instead of a coat check closet. You've heard the phrase, my pride and joy. In worship, these two cannot genuinely coexist. We should be going after a prideless joy. It could revolutionize corporate worship, especially if all of us in the room, the leaders and the participants, all of us would set aside the deadly sin of pride. When that happens, I think the adoration that emerges might be unprecedented and overwhelming. It is a more exciting thought than I can get my mind around. I'm sincerely waiting for that to happen one Sunday morning, maybe even this week in our own homes.